Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tower Factory by Gius Caminiti. Now, last time we took our second attempt at playing through the game, and we had the benefit of upgrading our light production. Because in the first attempt, we ended up having quite frequently the problem of not having enough light essence, which you can only get from killing mobs, and that was a very big constraint. So, because the timing of your light essence is basically tied to how much time passes, and how much time passing is tied to how quickly the mobs come at you, uh, it's probably very important sooner or later to upgrade this so that you can actually kick out bonfires more quickly than you normally would. The other very, very glaring problem is that we simply weren't doing enough damage. I think we had capped out at 20 towers, and things were still getting through. And the final wave that took us over, I think, only happened at day 3, which isn't fast enough to beat the game anyway. So we're gonna give it a try this time with the acorn cannons upgraded, so they now do 8 damage instead of 6 damage. And that makes for an important turning point because now the DPS figure for the acorn cannons is 4, which matches that of the ballistas. The ballistas also do 4 DPS. So now we only need a handful of ballistas, which are a good deal more expensive, to take care of all the armored crabs, and then the rest of the work can be done by the acorn. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Alright, so a little bit of manual, as always. Go with a bit of clicking here. And as always, I want to get enough so that I can throw out some conveyor belts as well. I'm going to start, I think, with, we're going to harvest those 2 over there. It's a little further out, but that's okay. We're going to need them eventually anyway, so no reason not to go ahead and do that. Going to need another one over here. Click, click. Now this makes it seem very tempting to take the power up in the upgrades, which is just start with some resources. I'm not going to deny that is a very tempting thing to do, but keep in mind it's actually not a very large amount of stuff that they give you. It's only enough to basically buy 1 sawmill. It gives you 50 wood and 25 stone. So I mean, quite frankly, that's just not a lot. I mean, you'll eat that up right away. Granted, it gives you a nice fast start, and probably has a nice feel to it. But I think things like DPS on your towers is going to be far, far, far more important in the long run. All right, now we need stone. Get about 8 of these because you're going to need 3 for a combiner as well. So. I'm going to start by going this direction, I think. And we are, of course, going to need another one. And I'm going to throw this one. I think do it this way, I guess. You know what? I think I want to move it just a bit further back. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got that going. I feel like it's time to convert over real quickly and get an acorn tower down or 2. The problem is if we keep building more harvesting things, then that's going to eat into our tower income, which we don't want to do. I will preemptively set this to flyers because they will come someday. And then you guys, meanwhile, do cleanup work. Okay, and now we still need a good deal more wood collection, so let's take care of that. Okay, and then we're going to need some wood collection here. Let's do it over here, I think. Okay, and then You know what? I'm gonna preemptively. This might be a little overkill, but I'm gonna preemptively do some rock collection out here, just because it's convenient. Oh my god. Errant cursor. All right. So we've got that going. We've got that going. We can harvest a little more wood. Get another acorn tower up here. I'm guessing we're going to need another one as well, so probably even more wood production. Actually, we've got quite a lot of wood production going. Wow. And this game does not make life easy for you, man. Let's do it this way, I think. Okay, we've now got 3 inputs into all of these, and now it's time to, once we get our safety shored up a little bit, let's say flyers again, right? Health, and I think it's probably faster to go this way. Flyers and health. Okay, so once we have that shored up a little bit, it's time to get the sawmills going. Probably got some good space over here. Throw one out this way. Sure. Let's just shove it into this place right here. And then that means we're gonna need... Come on. I was gonna say I kind of want to repurpose this stuff, but it's making it a little tricky. We're gonna need a joiner. There we go. So we got 2 of those forming that. Get rid of that. Now gonna need a bonfire for sure. Right. And this is where the nice, useful damage tower is. So we are definitely gonna get this thing up and going. And more wood. We have it. So put a second one here. Alright, survived the first night. First night's, at this point, not going to be terribly challenging. We got some good wood production. We got planks going. I'm not actually going to overkill the planks because I don't feel like we need quite as many ballistas going now that we got our acorn DPS up pretty solidly. So, excuse me. So I'm actually going to kind of push this, which there is an altar somewhere over here. Okay, so we got it. That's good. And then throw out one more acorn right here. Alright. And then now we're gonna, of course, we're gonna need a lot more bonfires. It's now a big bonfire game, and we do not have enough wood. But that's temporary. We're gonna have that shortly. Is there somewhere we can kind of speed up our wood production? I mean, we can probably do it manually. At some point, there's a trade-off between doing it manually and setting up another construction. You really only want to spend the first 2 days constructing, because it's kind of and I've mentioned this before, it's a bit of an interest rate game, this one. If you spend your mid-game resources in order to, you know, build some production, A, it's taking away from what you could build tower-wise in the short term, and B, the question is the game going to go on long enough for you to actually make, whoop, that's not what I want, to make use of the resources that you're going to be gathering in at some point. And if it's not, if it's too late in the game, then it's not going to be worth it. Alright, we might have a little trouble with this one. I wasn't able to get that guy down quite smoothly enough before he slipped through, but that's alright. It's now an issue of, you know, one getting through versus a whole mess of them. Alright, we're probably going to need more acorn towers. Let's just kind of, let's just throw them in any old place. Alright, that should hold for just a little bit while we build up the resources for more bonfires. Gotta find that stupid wizard's castle. Still not there. And still restricted on light resources. So, I guess we're probably forward enough to throw out another ballista. Let me do that here. Alright, that should be some good DPS there. And Are we good on light essence yet? No, we're not. Kill something. Kill more. Kill faster, please. I think one more mushroom. Yes, no, two more. They only give one each? Even with plus 15%? Oh, that's terrible. Okay, actually, this is probably overkill, but oh, we need planks. That's alright. I think we're okay on plank reduction. I'm probably only gonna want one or two more ballistas. I'm actually just gonna set up a whole bunch of more acorns because I think at this point they're a more practical solution. There we go. A couple more acorns set up. Do we have bonfire? Do we have bonfire? We don't have bonfire. Okay, no bonfire. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, 3 ballistas. I feel good about that. And now it's just bonfire. Are you kidding me? 19. How? I mean, do we get more light for killing them faster or slower, or killing them with one thing versus another? I feel like that is not, like, that's just simply not quick enough. Like, man. Alright, I'm probably gonna throw out another sawmill. Do I want to throw out another sawmill? Fine. We'll do the work. Throw you in there. Get you guys out here. And then move you back one space. Throw out another one of these. Combine. And oh no! Oh, that's not. It's just the graphics going wonky. That was. I thought something was hitting our tower. I was like, no, we're actually defended up to the gills. Okay. Oh, come on. Let me. Alright, let's take a look. That's not far enough. And that's not enough light. Well, we might as well take this crystal just to get it over with. This is actually one of 3 maps that they seem to have for the Stony Grove. And if I'm remembering correctly, there's going to be another light tower down there. And another one above these triple rocks over here. So we know where they are. So now it's a matter of just, honestly, at this point, it's just a matter of surviving long enough. Hopefully the upgrades we did to our cannons are going to be able to do the trick, and in fact, I'm just gonna overkill it. I don't see any reason not to. At this point, it's just like, live long enough. Alright, so hopefully by the time anything gets down here, we've got these 2 clearing out armor. That should be able to do the trick. I might throw one more. Maybe I'll throw one more. Alright, the ballistas definitely need to appear early in your setup because the armor is the first thing that these things have, so you want to take that off first. So we survived that second night pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that result. But I'm not happy with the general short. Oh, there we go. There he is. So we found him. He needs 3 crystals to be destroyed. So that's job 1. And oh, come on. I know there's another one down here somewhere. Oh, more light essence. We're gonna need a ton more light essence. We're probably gonna need like 2 or 3 bonfires going that way before we can actually get anything accomplished. Alright, throw a couple more acorn towers on the path just to, you know, just for safety. Go. Okay, so, you know, looking good. Crab's coming. Oh, there's another path going around that way. Oh, might want to throw a bonfire out there so that, you know, we actually take some time shooting them. Although, I don't know. There's 3 ballista right here. I think they're going to take care of everything before they approach all the acorns down here. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about that. I'm going to set you to low health as well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so back to checking to see whether we have enough light essence. Okay, there's number 2. And then finally, we're gonna have one. I remember it's like north of, or north relative to looking this direction, I guess. North of that setup of stone. Alright, defense is still looking pretty solid. I'm gonna... Oh, we're actually short on wood. Isn't that cute? Alright. It's easily solved. Just do a little hack and slash. Alright, we may have to poke through 1 or 2 more times, so while we have some idle time, we'll go ahead and hack up some trees. As you can see, our stone production is a little excessive relative to our wood, so I'm a little out of balance this game, to be perfectly honest. And probably this third one was not necessary and could have been a stone, and a wood. In fact, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually just say that was a mistake. We're gonna have wood coming out of there instead. Look, at this point, it's not going to really do anything, but... Okay, that's still not enough. Bonfire, bonfire. 11 light. Oh, yeah. Gotta kill more stuff. You know what? This might be a terrible idea. I'm gonna move him further up. I have no idea whether that was smart. How are we doing on light? Oh, I ended up using up some wood. Okay, let's see if that gets us what we need. We got this. And look at here, we have this light crystal number 3, which is going to trigger the angry boss because now he's aware, and use our 3 light crystals, and voila, here we go. Kerplow. Alright, so that was a victory, and I think you earned like 1 metal coin for every night you survive, and then probably it gave us 1 or 2 for winning. And this is what putting it all together looks like. It's understanding of how to set up your early economy, making sure you're efficiently using like all 3 of these entrance points, and then getting a combiner out so that you are welding in the resources from 3 different things. Now, a couple of things that can kind of get you in trouble is it is very easy to overbuild in this game. Remember, everything you put out there does actually take resource, and especially the combiners take 3 stone, which if you're using a lot more than you actually need, that can kind of get you in trouble. And another thing is, this is kind of a hidden interest rate game. What it lulls you into is a sense of panic in the beginning of the game because you're just so starved of resources. And there's kind of a real life analogy here where, like, when you're getting started in life, you have no resources per se to get you started, but then if you are lucky enough to get, education, job, etc., and then get started, now all of a sudden you have some momentum and you can actually do stuff. And this game is the same thing. Like, by day 2, you are probably done building all of the things that you are going to want to build in terms of resource collection. Because by about day 3 or 4, you simply do not have the firepower to hold off everything that the game throws after you. So you're going to have the game beat by about day 4, which means day 3, any personal time you spend and resources you spend building stuff isn't actually going to get you a return. Like, it's really only going to do enough to get back what you gained, what you paid for it, I should say. So the damage on the acorns is definitely the thing that did it. We were able to get the bonfire out quicker with this power up, so that means that we don't have to like kind of keep stalling until day 4 or 5 before we can actually build enough bonfires to find everything. And obviously it helps that I had played through that map before, so I actually had an idea of where the light altars were to be found. But I also feel like this one is also pretty necessary. If you do not bump up your acorn damage, I really don't see how this game can be done. I mean, maybe for fun I might try it just to see if I can pull it off. I really don't see it as a possibility. If you don't have these two power-ups, the only other way to beat the game is to just kind of have a slew of everything else. I have not yet had a chance to try out the catapults. Maybe that will do the trick. I don't actually know. But I am very interested in seeing what the future holds for this game, because I think that this is the most creative, like, juxtaposition of a factory builder and a tower defense that I've seen. And all I really want is I want more. I want more enemy variety. I want more different towers that I can choose from. I would also like to see some mechanism, maybe it's an achievement mechanism, where they say, you know, hey, try to beat the game without using acorn cannons at all, or try to beat the game without, you know, having more than a certain number, or try to beat the game with only, you know, beacons, which are large bonfires instead of regular bonfires, or something like that. Just something to kind of force you to use different things, because as it is right now, because it's, you know, very, very early access, it hasn't even released yet, it's just really kind of do ballista, do acorn, get resources enough to get the 20, you know, once you build that 20 out, that's as much you can do, and then pray that you find the light crystals fast enough. I think there's a lot of room for expansion here. I mean, the maps obviously can get more interesting. They may even be able to get larger. I'm not even sure I want that. I actually feel like instead of larger, I want a map that's smaller, something that will kind of make you focus in an even smaller term, because I think if people are not yet familiar with this, the first or second play of this is going to be very, very brutal. But anyway, that is our third, and for now, in this video series anyway, final attempt. Hopefully I was able to get you guys some nice ideas about how to use the math to build a better path. And hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys next time.